Tenz is here, and Sentinels made a proactive move and one of the best moves they could have done right before Masters, picking up Tenz after one of their players were banned by Riot Games. We're not going to talk too much about this because this video is on Tenz. So a lot of people like on Reddit or on Twitch were saying Tenz is probably not going to be the same like he was on C9 if he took an extended break. But it just looks like he's transitioned seamlessly to this Sentinels roster. This could be thanked to Shazam or how this Sentinels roster is just a well-built, oiled machine. Like they know how to trade efficiently, they have their strats down on lock, and a player like Tenz would fit their system to the T. The one thing that is true is Tenz deserves to be in Masters. We can't lie to ourselves and say that watching Tenz on the biggest stage of his career in Valorant so far isn't exciting. This is healthy for the competition in NA and the overall scene of Valorant. This is a great move by Sentinels and a great move by Tenz. Tenz is built for competitive play, and I just hope that we continue to see him in professional play after this short loan spell on Sentinels. Tenz and Sick is a deadly duo that rivals a duo like Baby Bay and Corey from FaZe. These guys are insane mechanically, just like Baby Bay and Corey. Sick is more tactically adaptable, which probably Shazam loves Sick because in terms of how smart Sick plays, he can play aggressive, he can play passive, he can trade efficiently. This is why Sick is one of the best players in the game, because he's so consistent and he's just a smart player. Whereas Tenz is just a pure superstar fragger. Both put up ridiculous stats. Sick, a more of a capable rifler, whereas Tenz is deadly with the op, deadly with the rifle. And it looks like these two players have this instinctive understanding to play off each other. I don't even want to know how a week of scrims will make Sick and Tenz like even more deadlier. These guys are going to learn more ways, more habits, and know how to play off each other. And Shazam is going to have a field day with these two guys in top shape, top form, and having this understanding after a week of scrims. It's going to be crazy to see, guys. I don't know. What do you guys... If we take a look at the stats of Tenz and Sick, the deadly duo of Sentinels, Tenz with an average combat score at 306, a KD of 1.36, an ADR of 185, which is ridiculous, and a headshot percentage of 16%, rounds played 111. Funny enough, Tenz is the top statistical player of Masters 1. He is leading the charts currently. Now, if we look at Sick stats, average combat score of 255, a KD of 1.55, which is ridiculous, an ADR of 144, and a headshot percentage of 23%, with 111 rounds played also. The thing with Sick, he can take a little bit of a step back with carrying Sentinels in terms of aggression and being their entry fragger. Now, both of these guys can do a similar job, and it's just a crazy duo for Sentinels. What makes Sentinels so good was it's just their effectiveness on trading and playing in smart positions or setups to benefit from a player who's aggressive. So that's why we see players like Sick and Tenz excel in this roster, because you have elite team playmakers like Shazam, Zoms, and Dapper. These guys are crazy support players. And I know Shazam, a support player, even though he, used to play Jet, but now with Tenz, he's on the Sova, and he's just a fantastic support guy and a really good IGL. A lot of people underrate what Shazam does for this roster. This guy has so many documents on how to play on each team, has a document on LG, knows how 100 Thieves played. Shazam said it's easy to read them because they like to play Hiko far away from the pack and they like steal and lurking. So Shazam knows how to anti-strat these big teams. That's why Sentinels come so big on so many matches. Why does Tenz just work perfectly? Well, he's an elite player one of the best players in North America when he was playing for C9. So on Sentinels, it's just such an easier role for him to play, this aggressive space creating duelist. Because, like, for example, Tenz is being used correctly on Sens. Because, for example, on a Sen, Tenz is able to play on Catwalk with either Sick using excellent flashes from his Phoenix, or Zoms using a paranoia flash on Cat to allow Tenz to escape dicey situations that he creates to get 5v4 situations. Right? Tenz's whole idea of the way he plays on defense or attack is to create an opportunity for his team to be on a 5v4 or 5v3 or 4v3. Another example is Sen's playing off his aggression, off Tenz's aggression, due to him having, and why they know how to play off Tenz's aggression is because they did have a player like Sinatra who would create this like chaos and create a lot of space for his teammates. So Tenz is just this perfect fit, and a lot of people and me, I really think that Tenz is an upgrade over Sinatra. Statistically, his average combat score is higher than Sinatra, and his just playmaking abilities on the Jet or on the Rays is at a world-class level, just like Sinatra. And some will argue that Tenz is a better player than Sinatra. What makes Tenz just such a viable option and gives like a new like sharpness to Sentinels is that Tenz has stated that he feels he is better on the operator, which allows him to rifle or op because he's ridiculous at doing both. And whenever he feels that it's viable, he'll either use the op or the rifle. So for example, against 100 Thieves, he used the operator on Haven to take out Ethan because he was peeking long C or playing a little aggressive on long C, and punished Ethan from round to round during that match. Now this adds a different dimension to Sen's due to either him or Shazam being on the op at any occasion, which means it's unpredictable on who's going to be the operator. Before Tenz, everyone knew that Shazam was going to be the only guy on the op. But now that you have Tenz, you have two incredible oppers that can op at any round. This just gives Sentinels an unpredictable nature to their already super elite team. Like, this is crazy. Like, for example, they could technically run a double op setup if they're desperate on maps like Haven or Icebox. It's just Sentinels look supreme with Tenz. Now, if Senz goes on to win Masters 1, that's a huge argument where Sentinels are going to have to ask the question, are we going to purchase Tenz? A question that many people are asking about on Reddit or on the VLR.gg forums. But if you're asking me if it's worth to buy Tenz, even though his contract's probably going to be like astronomical, I mean, Tenz is just one of the most marketable assets in Valorant right now. And that could be a sheer revenue profit from signing Tenz. I don't know the financial side of Sentinels, but this is a clear upgrade over Sinatra. And even if Sinatra is innocent or his lawyers find something else during his case, I still think that Sentinels should look and try to purchase Tenz because he is an upgrade over Sinatra in terms of just pure mechanics. And I just think, don't get me wrong, Sinatra was a great player. I just think his image is completely ruined. And I don't see Sentinels, but I don't know. I don't know where the future is going to head, but I would think that Sentinels should go for Tenz. But it's all up to C9. And another question is, if Sentinels can't purchase Tenz, then would a team like TSM, you know what I mean, like T1 go for Tenz if you have the financial like backing to do this? It could be an option there. All I know is Tenz is destined for competitive play for professional Valorant. Alright guys, let me know if you think Tenz is the real deal. Who do you think is going to win? FaZe Baby Bay or Tenz, Sick or Corey. That game is gonna be insane, FaZe versus Sens. But I do personally believe that Shazam, the IGL, will outwit FaZe's aggression and find a solution for them to be victorious. But let's have a discussion down below in the comments and leave a like if you have to. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Hashtag road to 100 subs.